Hey everyone, it's Sarah. All right, I think this is working now. Hey everyone, it's Sarah Emond with Essence Healing, and I'm here to give you this week's Spirit Talk, which is how everybody unattaches differently. But before I begin, if you are watching my videos and you like them, please either like or comment on the video so that I know that I'm out there reaching people and that you guys are getting value out of these. All right, onto the Spirit Talk. So I want to talk today about how people unattach. We've talked about how to unattach. We've talked about the emotions and how they're valid. That this week I want to talk about how different people unattach differently. And this seems to be a big deal right now as people are learning to unattach and they're doing it. They're looking at other people and saying, well, they should be doing this or they should be doing that. And everybody unattaches differently. So step back and allow those people, first of all, to unattach at their own pace, but also to unattach the way they need to unattach. So for example, like for me to unattach, I'm self-employed. My husband is self-employed. For me to unattach through these hard times, I actually had to look at the worst case scenario and I had to become okay with that. I had to work through my emotional pieces. I had to work through all of that and come okay to, if the worst case scenario happens, I'm okay. That's how I unattached in this scenario. Okay. I don't always do that in every scenario, but that's what I had to do for this scenario. And I kind of had to go through a little bit of a grieving process, and I had to come to the realization or the unattachment from my business itself, from my husband's business, that if they failed, it was okay, right? Like I had to go to that level of unattachment. I know other people who unattach through talking. They constantly talk about the same thing. And if you listen to what they're saying, they're actually repeating the same thing over and over. It feels like you're having the same conversation with them over and over. But when they get to the end of whatever conversation it is, whatever the wording is, they'll always go, but I'm okay with that. I'll be okay, right? That's their continual unattachment. So they're unattaching continuously. Okay. They're reminding themselves that this is what's happening and that they're going to be okay. Right. For me, I find that a little annoying. Okay. Like to me, that's a different process for me. I like to just go through the process and be done and not have to continually unattach. But some people have to continually unattach. There are other ways to unattach as well. These are just two examples. Okay. So, even though it annoys me, like it can annoy me if somebody is constantly talking about it, I have to unattach from their way of unattaching, right? I have to be okay with it. I have to say, I unattach this way in this scenario. They're unattaching that way, and I'm going to let them do their thing, and I'm not judging it. I'm not going to give them shame or blame about how they're doing that. I'm going to let them unattach. Okay. I do want to put in a caveat here, however, right, that you can set up your own boundaries, right? If this person is in your life and they're constantly going through that, I have to talk about it and unattach every single day, or it seems like they're doing it 3 or 4 times a day, and it's starting to drain on you. So there's a difference between attaching, right? Being attached to how they're doing it, just wanting to get it over with, or saying it's okay, this is how they're doing it, but it's draining my energy. Like that's two totally different things, right? Okay. Then it's okay to start setting up boundaries. Okay. It's okay to set up your boundary and say, I can only handle this once a day, right? And not answering a phone call or changing the conversation or the subject, and being aware of why you're doing that though. Okay. Being aware that I'm setting up this boundary for me so my energy isn't getting drained, but I'm still going to let them unattach in their own way. Right? There's a definite difference here. And I want to be really clear about that. We're not trying to get them to change their mind. We're not trying to get them to change the way they unattach. We're not blaming them. We're not judging it. We're not shaming it, right? We're becoming the observer and we're saying that's the way they're unattaching. Okay. If you can't handle it, that's where you set up the boundary. Okay. You will find, however, that once you realize that that's how they're unattaching, that you can handle a lot more than you had been, because what is causing the issue for most people is you're attached to the way that they're unattaching. So once you unattach, once you realize that is their way of unattaching and you're going to give them the freedom to allow to unattach that way, most people don't need a boundary at all. Okay? Because you're just like, okay, whatever. That's their way of doing it. I'm going to give them the space and the time to do it the way they need to do it. And I'm going to allow them to have that, and I'm okay. All right. So that's my thing today. So really pay attention. Like, are you getting attached to the way somebody else is unattaching? Okay. Just stepping back. I don't need to control their lives. I don't need to control how they're doing things, right? Okay. That's all their way of unattaching and the level that they're deciding to unattach to. I'm giving them that freedom. I'm going to do what's best for me, and I'm going to unattach my way. And then understanding where your boundary is if you do need one. Awesome. All right. I do want to end this spirit talk here with a little bit of a technique. I am finding as I'm working with people that this last couple of weeks, especially this week though, that their energy is getting just a little bit drained. There's more of a tapping in to the mass consciousness, to other people's emotions, to the drama that's happening. And so I just want to go through a technique to make sure that you're getting your energy fed, because I'm finding a lot of people are draining their energy because they're tapping into these fields, these energetic fields that they may not be aware they're tapping into, and that they're not refueling their energy. So it's kind of like using the fuel in your fuel tank, right? But you don't ever fill it up. You get down at low and it's always low and you're not filling it up. So I just want to give you a quick technique here, just walk you through a quick technique that might help you, or should help you anyways, to fill in your energy fuel tank and bring in some light and help you to feel more connected and refreshed. So for this technique, you are going to imagine a ball of white light, okay? A ball of white light. This can be really tiny. It doesn't have to be super big, but you're going to imagine it right in your belly button area. I can't show you that because it's not my screen right now, but right in your belly button area. I want you to just imagine or visualize a white ball of light. And once you see that there, okay, we are going to take that white ball of light and we are going to give it permission to expand. But we want to expand in a spiral, okay? So if this is our white ball of light in your abdomen, right, you want it to expand in a spiral outwards, okay? And you want to just let that open up all of your energy cells within your body and fill it with that white light. So it sometimes can happen very slowly, and that's okay. No judgment. It doesn't have to go super fast. It can go fast if you want it, if it goes fast. But we want it to just happen in the pace it needs to happen, so that it's opening up every energy cell and filling it with this white light. This is your fuel that you use. So from your belly button, give it that white light permission to expand and fill in every energy cell in a spiral until it's reached all the way beyond your body, right? We don't want it just to go to the top of the head, but this time we want it to go as far out as it can get. And once you feel like it has stopped spiraling, once you've given it permission to expand and spiral outward, it should just do it, whether it's gradually, whether it takes a lot of time or not. It will do it on its own, and eventually once it reaches outward, it will stop. Or once you're comfortable, you can feel like, okay, it can stop. So I'm just going to give you a minute or two to finish that up here if you're doing it right now. And you can pause the video if you need to, but I'm going to keep going so we're not waiting here too long. Once you've done that, then I want you to take deep breaths in through your belly button and out through your belly button, and allow the breath to move through the pathway, that spiraling pathway that we just created, and allowing that white light to continue to flow. So we're creating a flow of energy throughout that spiraling pattern, and we're using the breath to continue to move that energy through and to refresh it. Perfect. That is the technique. Okay. When you're done with that, you should feel a lot lighter. A lot of people feel like brighter. That's the best word I can use. Like you'll just feel like your energy brightened up. It's great. If you feel like you're stuck in drama, or you feel like you're just like your mind is stuck in the same pattern, it's a great way to get that energy to move onward and outward and to refill that. So it should just help as you move forward to keep your energy tanks refueled and filled up. And you can do this once a day. You can make it part of your practice if you want to. You can do it multiple times a day, whatever works for you. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing weekend. And again, if you liked this video, if you found value in it, please either like or comment on the video so that I can see who's watching and who's getting some help and if they're helping. Anyways, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next time.